Yes.
Do you have any political interest after the presidency?
No, I certainly do not, and I made that clear. And in fact, I will tell you that I continue to stand on precedence, being invited to stand for a third term, realizing, quite different from my very first election back in 1800, that the presidential election of 1804 was, I think, quite a quaint term, a landslide. I won every state but two, Connecticut and South Carolina. And I can assure you, sir, I could be, indeed, the Messiah returned, and I will never gain the influence of Connecticut or but I have suggested that, no, that fresh blood must be in the office after the end of my second term. I have suggested that I think our Secretary of State is quite capable, and so perhaps Mr. Madison will succeed. But I stand upon precedence, and that is the precedence established by whom?
George Washington.
President for life.
George Washington.
He turned down that third administration, and he said that that indeed a gentleman's agreement should be no more than the eight years. The 8th year always looked upon as that year of honor, the honorarium of public service. So I should stand upon that. Yes.
So do you look as your back on your presidency as a positive personal experience? Did you enjoy being president?
No, sir, and that's why I look for the inauguration day of our next year. I found it to be 8 years of a splendid misery. I lost many friends, most of them owners of newspapers, and yet, and consider, sir, you are not your own self in office because you are a public servant. You are continually at the beck and the call of the citizenry themselves. Happily, I have been able to manufacture my time all throughout life, so even in the highest office, I rise before the sun. The sun has never found me in bed. My first obligation is unto my Creator. I assure Him each and every day before I attend to my ablutions, my breakfast, or my administrations, that I will do my duty unto Him, which is simply to do good. And then I set about to get all of my letter writings betwixt 10 to 12 letters a day, and all my administrations out of the way just after breakfast. And then I have the rest of the day to attend to what meetings and personal attentions. And then in the afternoon, well, then I go shopping. I simply take a ride every week, once a week on Thursdays. I drive out to Georgetown. And they inspect the markets, purchase vegetables, bring it back to the president's house for their well, if you will, their cultivation in the method of French cuisine. You know, Patrick Henry said when he learned I had returned after 5 years in France, without question, Jefferson has returned so Frenchified, he must abjure his native victuals. I was wont to pronounce I could never abjure my native victuals, but rather have them prepared in the French method.